What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about how to invest in real estate without wasting that precious time of yours. Real estate is one of those investments where you can do a lot of damage if you've got some time, some money, and some knowledge. But you can also do a lot of damage if you have no time, some money, and no knowledge. Or knowledge, no time, no money. You need two of the three, but it doesn't necessarily have to be you, right? If you want to succeed in real estate, you're going to want to partner with people if you don't want to spend your time. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. Some of them are more active, some of them are more passive, and I'm going to talk about some of the passive ones in this video so that if you're really looking to figure out, like, how do I just sit back and relax and enjoy myself some real estate investing, here's a couple of different options. Now, let's jump into the intro real quick because I should probably do that before I start talking. All right, now this is not a scripted video. This isn't even a bullet-pointed video. We're just going to chat about some things that I think make sense if you don't have a whole lot of time, but you got some money, you got some knowledge, you know what you're doing, or if you just have some money, right? So here's the first one. The first one is private lending. Now, the downside to private lending is that you're not a partner on the deal, so you're not going to get the tax benefits. It's just going to be a strictly investment note. You lend $100,000 at 10% interest, you earn $10,000 a year in interest, whatever, right? Don't get me wrong, the numbers are great, the guaranteed returns are awesome, the money's great, and private lending's phenomenal. I've had several private lenders make a pretty substantial chunk of change off this type of investing. The downside is that you're not getting the tax benefits, and more likely than not, it's going to be a shorter term hold, so it's not like a super long term play. So you're going to have to find another deal, find another deal to lend on, yada yada yada, right? Another option is to partner with people, and you could do this. You bring some money into a deal with some experienced operators. You partner with them where hey, I brought the money, you bring the operation, someone else brings the deal. We do 33, 33, 33, or I've got one right now that we're going back and forth on. We don't have under contract yet, but I had a buddy who found a deal, had another buddy who had money to fund the deal. They're both going to take 45%, and I'm going to get 10% of the deal just for bringing them together to make the deal happen, right? Because if the one guy doesn't have money, the deal's not going to happen. And if the other guy doesn't know the deal exists, the deal's not going to happen. So I brought everybody together. I get a small piece, and I'm not going to have to do too much. So that's kind of nice. So that's a little bit more passive, but because it's an actual partnership, I'll reap some of the tax benefits from it. So another example of this is when we bought the hotel, I'm not running the operations. I brought $100,000 in. I found the deal. I got 33%, and the other guys both brought $100,000 in. One of the guys is operating it. We are paying him 7% to operate it on top of the normal, but still more passive for me than it is for him, so I'm okay with that. He gets a little bit more. It's whatever. It's a win-win. So partnerships is another good opportunity. If you really, really, really just want like the most passive way to invest in real estate, I think it's gotta be syndications. And I've done some pros and cons of syndications videos, and we're gonna talk through this a little bit. So a syndication is like, let's say I wanna go buy a 100-unit multifamily apartment for $10 million. And I obviously don't have $10 million lying around, so I need to help raise money for it. So a syndication would say, hey, I'm going to give 70% of this deal to investors who do nothing other than invest their capital, and maybe they jump on an investor call once a year, once a quarter, and they receive their quarterly distributions. I am then the general partner, meaning the person who actually runs the deal, operates the deal, manages the deal, found the deal, structures the deal, deals with the SEC, deals with the K-1 tax returns, deals with everything. But I get 30% of the deal. So because I brought less capital to the deal, I got to make sure that it makes sense for them, but I'm still getting a piece. And so this is the LPGP syndication model. You can do this with accredited investors only. You can do this with not, including sophisticated, not accredited investors. And the reason I like this model is because if you truly want passive returns, this is the best way to go about doing it. Because You don't have to do anything. You get cost, if they do it right, you get cost segregation benefits, meaning that they can speed up that depreciation in order to help you get that return a little bit faster. And it really is just beneficial for you in the long run. So syndication, a prime example, we just did one. I partnered up with Matt Faircloth, the DeRosa Group. We took down 670 doors, 5 apartment complexes in 2 different states, monster of a deal. And they have a 7% preferred return, meaning that the investors will get paid that 7% up until before anybody else gets a deal. So if you invested passively, you will get up to that 7% before anybody else in the deal gets a piece. And then after that, there's a split. So normally it's a 70-30 split. I'm kind of drawing a blank on this particular deal, what it was. I think it was the same, meaning that 70% goes to investors, 30% goes to the GP. So let's say that you went $10 over that month, then $7 would go to the investors and $3 would go to the GP, and the investors already got their 7% before that $10. So then they get their piece of equity and everything else. And so the way these deals work is over the next 4, 5, 6 years, when this deal finally closes and they get all the equity back and all the appreciation and all the other benefits, if everything goes right, they'll make 17, 18, 19, 20, 25% IRR, which is the internal rate of return, meaning that was their overall interest scaled out 5, 10 years, even if they only earned a little bit those first 4 years and then the big amount on the end. And so syndications are cool because you get the tax benefits. You're there longer, so it's 5, 6, 7 years. Typically, your money, if done right, will double almost every time one of those syndications goes through. So let's say you do, a 5-year hold and your money doubles. Awesome. It doubles again in 5. If you could double your money every 5 years, that's a phenomenal investment. And syndications are super passive. I know a lot of wealthy guys who, as their wealth grows, they put more money into syndications and do less of their own deals, because now it's just totally passive. They find an operator they like, they invest, it's hands off, it's wonderful. I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in this, check out the book Hands Off Investor by, I'm drawing a blank, Brian Burke. It's a Bigger Pockets book, and it talks, it talks all about syndications and how to vet operators to make sure that you understand enough about the deal to make sure you're investing in the right deals. Now, I will tell you that time and time again, I hear people say this, and I agree. The person who's operating the deal and their track record matters more than the deal itself, because a good operator was going to win and take care of their investors in almost every situation, and a bad operator can ruin a really good deal, and their numbers might be fudged anyway if they don't really know what's going on. So that's some of the pros and cons and ups and downs and everything else. So these are some of the ways that you can invest if you've got some money and no effort or no time. You can do the private lending. You can partner with people. You can invest in syndications. I love the syndication model. If you're an accredited investor or even a non-accredited investor and you're interested in learning more about that, shoot me a message or go to FromMilitaryToMillionaire.com/investors, and I'd be happy. There's actually a button on my website that says investors. Be happy to chat with you. Schedule a call, talk, introduce ourselves, get to know each other. See if there's see what your goals are and see if there's a way that we can help you out. There's tons of other operators out there that are great, and I'd be happy to make those introductions as well. I do some of these deals, and I also do a ton of private lending and some partnerships. So there's definitely opportunities out there if you're looking to partner with someone who's got a little bit of experience. Happy to make some introductions. Happy to work with you myself. And I don't know. I hope you guys got something out of this. As always, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I don't know, I need that dopamine in my life. So have a great day. Yay!